Hello Buttercups, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little different, but I'm just tired. Honestly. I don't know what's going on with writers lately, but really this is directed at writers. I think that you need to get your head out of your ass and realize that the world does not revolve around you. And this is coming, obviously, if you've known me, even for like one video. If you read the description box, if you read my posts on the community tab, if you have gone through my videos previously, you're going to come across the knowledge that I'm also a writer. And that might be surprising, but I don't know what's been going on lately. It's just really, really bad. And this is for traditionally published writers and self-published writers. So it's not one group is doing it in the publishing world. No, it's so many people doing it. You don't own an idea. You can't control other people's opinions of you or your book because you've put yourself out there. You have put out a product and you have marketed that product. It's there now. It's not just for you anymore, it's for other people, and they're going to decide if they like it or they hate it or they love it or they think it's okay. You don't need to view everyone as your competition. You don't have to try and rip other writers' throats out online or even in person because you think that somehow works. Or that means an extra sale or 5 or whatever for your book. Though, let's remember that readers will read many books within their lifetime. Not just you. That's where the whole, the world revolves around me and my book. No, it doesn't. It does not. There are 8 billion people in this world, not even 1 million, not even 500,000, depending who you are. Like, not a lot of people are thinking about your book and you personally or your author brand. The world is huge, and you probably, with exceptions, like Stephen King, for example, will not reach millions of people. Especially something like 10 million or more. And most importantly, if the internet is too much for you on any given day or at any given time, you have the personal agency to log off, to walk away from your computer or your phone or your tablet and go do something more fun or productive. You do not need to live on the internet. You should be living in reality. And reality is where more people need to be hanging out from. Go to the movies. Go get a cup of coffee with your friend or coworker. Spend time with your loved ones. Go out and find a new hobby. I don't know, but there are many, many options. Many options. The internet and perusing around Google and Goodreads and all the other social media platforms for your name and your book, and you just endlessly scroll through all the good and the bad and maybe the neutral. What is that doing to you? And that's not good for you, because even if you weren't all focused on yourself or your book and maybe you were a little more open to realizing that there's always going to be negative reviews or there's going to be debut authors with you in any given month or year, so on and so forth. I don't think that Googling yourself and your books or going onto Goodreads or anything like that and just spending hours and days and weeks and even months sucking that in is helping at all. It's not. It absolutely is not. For indies or traditionally published writers, it's not. Please do the work of self-control, compassion, and resilience building. It will take time, but you'll thrive instead of wither away in shame due to your actions. And I'm not saying you can't make mistakes. Absolutely not. Every single person on this earth will make mistakes over and over again. You will say or do something that is wrong, and that is just the human experience. However, when you act up out of selfishness, anger, greed, and ego, then it's very hard to earn people's trust back. You have the personal agency not to send those harassing direct messages, to not stalk people online and then send them anonymous emails threatening them. You have control over yourself and your actions. You don't have to hit send. You don't have to stalk someone for days, weeks, even months. You don't have to do any of that. Absolutely not. What you don't have control over, though, are other people's opinions and even actions. It's not your business, honestly. Think about this. It is not your business what strangers think of you. Is it really your business when someone with not even a picture or their first or last name or any indicator that they're anything but a bot, or maybe they're 13 years old on Twitter when I don't even think that they're supposed to be on there, but it happens, and they're hating on your book, but you know that they are because you keep searching your name everywhere. And even if they tag you, do you need to read that? And if you happen to read that, you don't need to respond. You don't. You don't at all. You control yourself. And that's your power. That is the human power. That though you can't control others, you can control your reaction to them. And that's what's important, especially in this day and age with the internet. And this is where self-control comes in, and compassion, and the lack of ego. When someone says, for example, that I should go jump off a cliff and die because I didn't put two characters together at the end of one of my novels, do I take that seriously? Do I respond worse because that person deserves it? No. I laughed and I continued on with my day. And I built that resilience and the compassion for myself and also for that person. I don't know what that person is going through. That is a very bizarre thing to say. But also, it's not really my business because I don't know that person. And another thing, that's kind of what happens on the internet. It's not a me thing. It's not personal. Sometimes it's personal. But a lot of the time, people will react to anyone around because they're angry. They're frustrated. They don't like themselves. And they just take it out on others. And though that's wrong and that's not fair, that happens. And even before the internet, that happens. It's just worse, I would say, due to the internet and the accessibility of, I write out, I hope you go jump off a cliff and die, and you just hit send. It's very fast. It took 5 seconds. And I feel sorry for anyone that feels like that is something they need to do in order to feel better, but that is also not my responsibility. This is going back to, I cannot control other people's actions. I can only control mine. So I do hope that some writers, no matter if you're traditionally published or indie published, watch this and just take it in. Think about it. And I hope just helps someone, even just one person, because it's very disappointing seeing so many writers acting out, honestly acting out, and they didn't need to, because this is happening on the internet, and you don't need to hit send, and you don't need to do a lot of stuff. It can be easily not done. You just don't have to hit send. Or if you're having a hard time because there's an addiction possibly with the internet or your phone, your laptop, whatever, I've dealt with that before. I didn't need to go to therapy for it, though I've done a lot of therapy for a lot of other things. I really encourage turning off technology because, for example, I turn off my computer during the weekend, so I actually have time off. That means the whole process of turning it back on, logging on, doing all this stuff, that takes a while. Or I could go for a walk. Or I can talk to my mom on the phone, catch up. Or many other things. I do encourage, if you feel like maybe this is just too hard, to look into how to reduce screen time, no matter if it's on your phone or tablet or laptop. There are many resources for that. If you are in therapy, I suggest bringing that up to your therapist. If you want to get into therapy, please do so. Whatever you need to do to thrive. I want people to thrive. I don't like seeing people so angry and upset because I used to be that, and it eats at you. It's a poison. And I'm seeing that so much. And it's just really upsetting. And I hope that you can have compassion for yourself and others. But really, it starts with yourself and realizing that lashing out is not going to help your situation, and it's not going to further your career. It's going to most likely ruin your career. And is that what you really want? I want you to think about that. Is that what you want? Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this helped in any way, shape, or form. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, and please do some self-care. Bye for now.